challenging for you at first, but he is, from what I see in him in physical education as well, he doesn't like to lose, and he will go after the ball or go whatever it is, right? You definitely have that perseverance to continue and never give up. But the verse I did choose for you because just sitting on that bench sometimes and just how kind you are to other students and to the other players, I have the Ephesians 4:32 verse for you. And it talks about being kind one to another, tender-hearted, forgiving each other just like God in Christ forgave you. So I just want to say thank you for being kind to all the other students, or players, even though this is your new season. And I want to say thank you for teaching them how to be kind, no matter how often you play or whatever circumstance you're in, okay? So I appreciate that. And you'll need to get that. Now I want to say that Tyler, this is his second season with us, definitely has tremendous growth as well. He understands how to box out and rebound. I'm very proud of you for that particular role that you've played on our team. And the verse that I have for Tyler is because I just see not only his gentle spirit, but I also see how he trusts in the Lord. And so the verse I gave to him was Jeremiah 17:7. Blessed is the man who trusts in the Lord and whose hope is in the Lord. And I know that is you. And that transcends to our teammates and our players. And that's so important. And that's the gift God's given you to help everybody else out, okay? So I want to say thank you for teaching all the other players how to trust in God no matter what circumstance, okay? So thank you. Oh, Aaron, wow. Okay, Zachary, come on up. Big fan. All right, real quick for Zachary. Wow, he has improved so much. I am just so impressed, again, with just how only just 1 year they've transformed and really have taken the step to be a better player, as well as, you know, allowing the Lord to use you in our group. What I love about you, you are a gentle spirit. And the one thing that really stood out in the last game, how honest he is. I mean, he just is an honest person, and I appreciate that about you. But I also notice your gentleness. You are, look at your smile already. So he smiles, he just has a gentle spirit about him. I think that also transcends to the players. To be calm, but yet intense and aggressive. And I gave you the verse, Philippians 4, verse 5. Let your gentleness be known to all men. The Lord is at hand. So I appreciate how much you've grown, and I know you love the game, and that's awesome. We're only going to continue to get better, okay? Awesome. Okay, and Josiah, come on up. Well, what can you say about Josiah? There's so many things to say about Josiah as well. Hey, boys. Thank you. I also appreciate how hard Josiah works. I appreciate how he listens. And when we ask him to do something, he does it. And I know we talk about this often, but it is such a true gift God has given you. I also love how you extend grace to those around you. You're very humble, meek. I mean, all those attributes God's given you. And my verse is James 4, verse 6 for you. But he gives more grace. Therefore, he says, God resists the proud but gives grace to the humble. And he is such a humble person. But yeah, I've seen the love of the game in you flourish this year. And I love how you are intense hitting those boards. I love how you're just kind of like, okay, can't let me out. And so we're quick to transition and come in. But you know what? Whenever I ask you to go in, you're always right there. So I appreciate the humbleness you display and just reflect, you know, who you are in Christ, and I appreciate that. Okay? So awesome job. Okay, we got our own cheerleader. You're gonna have to come to our game. Okay, Eric. We're done. Okay, remember there's that just window opportunity and then cut it off. All right, Eric. Again, as coaches, you know, having our sons play on the team, that sometimes may be a little interesting at times, so to speak. So, but what I want to say about Eric is he's a phenomenal player. I have seen just how he is a leader out on that court, but he's also very calm, cool, and collected. I love that about you. But you're still intense and aggressive when needs be. So I love it about you. Another thing, you will do it wholeheartedly as unto the Lord, and that's the verse I'm giving you, is the Colossians 3:23. It says, whatever you do, do it heartily as to the Lord and not to men. And I see how God is really using you as well to be that leader, to lift those students and players around you up. Okay? Awesome job. Keep doing what you do. I just am very proud of this young man, so thank you. All right, Cole. I'm glad that I have the opportunity to coach Cole as well. And a couple of things that I love about him is not only that he's willing to come up and share ideas, because he's like, hey, Gaston, you know what we're coaching this, I have these, I want to tell you about this play, and I haven't really listened, to be honest. I haven't listened to him. I will, but I appreciate that he's willing to come up to me no matter what. With the craziness of having 1 hour practices and then you got a game. Wow, it doesn't give you a lot of time to work through a lot of different things. But I appreciate your hard work. You're really learning how to play the game. I love your fakes, you drive. I know you love the wing shot, and that is a beautiful shot because you have a beautiful shot. I mean, your form is just right on. So I love that. What else I love is that you also do things with a willing attitude. And the verse I gave you is Galatians 6, verse 9. And let us not grow weary while doing good, for in due season we shall reap if we do not lose heart. And I know you don't lose heart. You continue to press on no matter what. So I appreciate that you know what's going to be reaping here in the next couple of seasons. We are going to reap what we sow in that regard, of working hard and being diligent. So thank you for being diligent and just working hard, okay? Awesome job. Thanks. And I did have something for Griffin, but he's not here, so, and then also Ethan and Garrett, they're not here as well because they're traveling, so it must be nice. Last but not least, Micah. I didn't plan it that way. Again, I know that I've asked Micah what really does he want to do in basketball, what is his desire. So he talks about playing point, and I know I played him at point, and I played him at wing, and so forth. And I want him to understand and develop that confidence that it takes. It's a hard job being point, right, Eric? I mean, you got a lot of responsibilities. And he was the one, I've gone to other players, and they're like, oh, I like the wing better, or I like this better. Okay, well, I'll try, and why not? We're learning. We're learning how to play the game. So I appreciate that you step into positions, even though it may be difficult for you, Micah, and you work hard. You're fast on the court, okay? You do a wonderful job transcending that to your other teammates and players. The verse I gave you is Philippians 4:13, and that's, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. He'll never let you down, okay? He'll never leave you or fail you, and you have to remember it, okay? Good job.
All right.
Okay, first of all, I'd like everybody to thank Miss Gaston. She's taught me a lot. I think we complement each other really well. When I'm upset with maybe an opposing coach, she makes me be quiet. Not that ever happens.
Oh my God.
And then when it's the other way around, we work it out also. But I'd like to thank all the parents. It's not easy. There's not a lot of things in life that, to be really honest, as your kids get older, there's not a lot of things in life that you can feel comfortable letting your kids fail. and turning your kids over to someone. You can't do it with relationships or very many things in life. I have a kid going into college right now, and that's turning him over, right? But it's not easy to allow your child to literally fail on their own. And you can't let them with cars or drugs or any of those things. But in sports, it's a beautiful thing. You can let them fail. And what I love about Ms. Gaston and coaching this team is we get on the kids. And I love all your kids. I think they do a great job, but I'll get on them. I was getting on Cole the other day for being last running because he's fast, right? And that's okay because I know I'm pushing him, and Ms. Gaston is pushing him. And I think, as she said, they'll reap the benefits because the 8th graders this year, actually my oldest son, who like I said is a senior this year, I helped him, and he was the main coach when they were in 5th grade. And so I'm seeing them in 8th grade now, and it's, Ms. Gaston said they've got a lot of skills. Trust me, when they were in 5th grade, they didn't. And only 2 of them had actually played basketball before when they entered the 5th grade Cornerstone League. So, to have them play together, I think is going to be a huge benefit. Now, if we can just get them to grow, I think is one thing. But, it's great to see that and watch them grow, and I look forward to watch them play at Cornerstone. And then, unfortunately, a lot of them will spread out to the high schools, and my oldest, that happened, and I still go to the wrestling matches, and it's a privilege for me to watch them play football or basketball or wrestle for different high schools now. And it keeps me busy going to Heritage and Prairie and in some of the different high schools in Union and watching the kids play that I coach in 5th and 6th and 7th grade here. So I look forward to that, and what I'm looking forward to do is comparing this team and how they're doing against Kingsway and Corbett, and if you ask my older sons, those are the arch enemies. And so it'll be interesting to see how they do. So thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, and the last thing I'm going to actually end on is just having the boys understand that we all have certain gifts that we've received from Jesus Christ. And as a team, as a basketball group, we are all unique in our own special way. We all add something to the team. That's why we work as a team and we play on a team. And it's, most of you know this, 1 Corinthians 12, verse 12, and it goes through the end of the chapter, but it talks about unity and diversity in one body. It talks about, for as the body is one and has many members, but all the members of that one body, being many, are one body. So also is Christ, for by one Spirit we were all baptized into one body, whether Jews or Greeks, slaves or free, and have all been made to drink into one Spirit. For in fact the body is not one member, but many. If the foot should say, because I am not a hand, I am not of the body, it is therefore not of the body. And if the ear should say, because I am not an eye, I am not of the body, it is therefore not of the body. If the whole body were an eye, where would be the hearing? If the whole were hearing, where would be the smelling? But now God has set the members, each one of them, in the body just as He pleased. And if they were all one member, where would the body be? But now indeed there are many members, yet one body. And the eye cannot say to the hand, I have no need of you, nor again the head to the feet, I have no need of you. No, much rather than those members of the body which seem to be weaker are necessary. And those members of the body which we think to be less honorable, on these we bestow greater honor. And our unpresentable parts have great modesty. But our presentable parts have no need. But God composed the body, having given greater honor to that part which lacks it. But that there should be no schism in the body, but that the members should have the same care for one another. And if one member suffers, all the members suffer with it. Or if one member is honored, all the members rejoice with it. Now you are the body of Christ, and members individually. And God has appointed these in the church, first apostles, second prophets, third teachers, after that miracles, then gifts of healings, helps, administrations, varieties of tongues. Are all apostles, are all prophets, are all teachers, are all workers of miracles? Do all have gifts of healing? Do all speak with tongues? Do all interpret? but earnestly desire the best gifts, and yet I show you a more excellent way. That just hit home for me that we all have unique gifts. We are all one body because we do different parts, and we can't have one without the other. So that is what I'm blessed with, and what I see each of these players bring to this basketball team. And I pray that we continue till 8th grade, and then whatever else happens after that. I would love to see us grow and continue to grow and be competitive, but yet having one spirit and just having Jesus Christ as our head, because I think that's so important. Because it's so easy not to have him in the midst of everything. So thank you very much for, again, supporting your boys. I love them. They're just, you know, my favorite group. Oh, I don't have favorites, but yes, they are just wonderful. I love them dearly, and we're just going to continue to have a great season. So thank you. Appreciate it.